Welcome to One Tired Teacher, episode 236, From Drudgery to Explosion, How to Reclaim Your Love of Teaching with Makerspace. Oh, hi, my friend. So I have heard back from many people about my free Makerspace training, and they said, I couldn't make any of the times. I forgot to sign up for a spot. I need the training. So I thought I would bring it to the podcast. I would give you one more opportunity to partake in this training in a way that maybe works better for you. Maybe you are a multitasker, you're a busy mom, you've got things to do in your house, you're a busy wife, you're a busy friend, you're a busy daughter, you've got other parts of your life and you need to just be able to listen. That's okay. I've got you covered. So, hi, I'm Trina Deboree from Trina Deboree Teaching and Learning and the podcast, as you know, One Tired Teacher, because here we are. I create engaging content for elementary teachers focusing on science, reading comprehension, STEM, and Makerspace. My passion lies in giving teachers back a fraction of their time so that you can put first things first. My ultimate goal is to offer creative content that helps teachers inspire students to learn, dream, think, and wonder. So I am hoping to help you move from drudgery teaching, where you feel like you are going against your core values and your teacher soul, to an explosion of teaching, where you fulfill your purpose and your ultimate dream of teaching. In my 26 years of education, I spent most of my time as a second grade teacher and several years in the Media Center. The Media Center is where I fell in love with Makerspace. The very idea of creating a space and utilizing a mindset where kids can build, discover, imagine, think, learn, and yes, even play felt magical. And I don't believe Makerspace has to be limited to the Media Center. In fact, I think it should exist in every classroom. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I hope you stick around.
Welcome to One Tired Teacher. And even though she may need a nap, this teacher is ready to wake up and speak her truth about the trials and treasures of teaching. Here she is, wide awake. Wait, she's not asleep right now, is she? She is awake, right? Okay. From Trina Deboree Teaching and Learning, your host, Trina Deboree.
Hi. So today I am basically giving you my free Makerspace training, From Drudgery to Explosion, How to Reclaim Your Love of Teaching with Makerspace. I am doing that on the podcast. If you missed it and you didn't get a chance to be there live with all the excitement, then I am bringing it to you through an audio form. Hopefully this will help you. If you still want to attend live, then I have one more that is tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on, sign up. I'd love to see you live. That way I can answer your questions. You can be there with all like-minded educators and homeschool parents and anyone that feels strongly about kids loving to learn. And they also care deeply about loving what they're doing. So you can still join. It's at trinadeboree.com/new Makerspace class, one word, new Makerspace class. So you can still join. Today's episode is being sponsored by my course, Mastering Makerspace. Yes, the doors are officially open. My Mastering Makerspace from Zero to Amazing is ready to go. If you would like to join this new group of students that are excited and they want their teacher soul set on fire, then they are ready for a hands-on, innovative teaching approach that allows students to dream, discover, and wonder. Then come on and join us. All you have to do to make it easier for you, all you have to do is go to trinadeboree.com/yes. And then it will take you to the Mastering Makerspace page. So if you are ready, all you have to do is say yes. trinadeboree.com/yes. And you can read all about the course. And let me tell you, it is a step-by-step course. It is for the people that are really ready for something different. You may be a media specialist. You may be eager to provide all student access to resources and all students included. You may be a STEM or Makerspace teacher and you are just hoping to do things better. And while giving you, the teacher, direction and the tools you need to sustain a job you love, you may be a homeschool parent or a facilitator who believes that children learn best by doing and playing while providing you a step-by-step plan to incorporate Makerspace. You may be a classroom teacher who believes that we need more hands-on learning, more outside of the box. You are in the right place. So there's so many different things. We're talking about igniting students' zone of genius. We're talking about covering more standards with less time, inspiring creativity and critical thinking around literature, creating a language-rich environment, focusing on the process over the product, inspiring a love for learning and thinking. That is my hope. And inside of Mastering Makerspace, you actually have several choices. You have two choices. You can choose the option 1, which is the basics, which includes everything that you'll need to get started and tools that you'll need. And I also have a second option, the all-inclusive experience, which includes everything from the basics, but it also gives you some extra tools like free the 5 C's poster: community, creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, curiosity, community building Makerspace story stations, Makerspace holiday story stations, end of the year Makerspace challenge cards, and 4 comprehensive STEM units. So that's with the all-inclusive plan. So you have 2 choices. So just go on and head over there. Take a look at what some teachers have said about the course. Take a listen to what I have to say in the audio. I have a little audio section. I have a little video for you. I talk about what's included inside of Mastering Makerspace. There's so much value-packed information for such a fair price because I am a teacher. I was a teacher. I've been a teacher for life, and I understand that your time is valuable, and I understand that we're in a profession that doesn't pay us like we deserve. So I've taken all of that into consideration. I really hope that you will join me inside of Mastering Makerspace. Before I close the doors, it won't be open again until at least the summer, maybe longer. So I really hope that you will come join us. Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. Let's get on with the show. In other words, let's get on with your free training. So today, this is my objective. I want to help give you an alternative to teaching that feels forced and script-like, what I like to call drudgery teaching. I want to help you move to an explosion of teaching where you feel alive, purposeful, supported, respected, and valued without adding more to your plate. So in this podcast episode or in this blog post, if you're reading it, my goal is to help you reclaim your love for teaching using a secret sauce called Makerspace. Will you join me? So I would love for you to do that. If you want to give me a heart in the comments on the page, you want to give me a review on the podcast, I would love that. So today I'm going to help you with an alternative to teaching that feels forced and script-like, what I call drudgery teaching, to an explosion of teaching where you feel alive, purposeful, supported, respected, and valued without adding more to your plate. So that is basically the objective repeated. So in this training, I'll share the concept of Makerspace in your classroom and show you how you can help you reclaim your love for teaching. I will share easy to implement ideas that feel more authentic to what you want to accomplish in your classroom and can get you started tomorrow. I will teach you the little known secrets to why every classroom needs a place for kids to innovate, create, and dream, and what that means for you, the leader of learning. And finally, I will share the benefits of using Makerspace in your classroom. All right, so let's start. What is a makerspace? And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while and you're familiar with me, then you know what a makerspace is. You know it is a mindset. You know that it's where children can gather to create, invent, tinker, explore, and discover using various tools, materials, or loose parts. In a nutshell, it is an astonishing place to think and learn. You may be surprised to find out that a makerspace is more of a mindset and does not require a specific space. I will share several examples, but I want you to remember that space does not define makerspace. Space or lack of space can quickly become a barrier to makerspace, and it doesn't need to. A makerspace can be as complicated as you make it. It can be a shared space inside a media center or a makerspace classroom. And I go on in the blog post and in the training, the live training, and I share some examples of makerspace in other schools and other classrooms. So if you are listening on the go, you might want to check out the blog because it's got some great pictures so that you can feel inspired. But it doesn't even have to be a school-wide space. You can have your own makerspace inside your classroom. In fact, I encourage you to have it inside your classroom. It can even be portable. You can take it outside. It can be on a cart. It can be in a closet. You can also start small and build up. The thing I love most about a makerspace is it can be anything. There are no limits, only possibilities. It is an environment that is only restricted by one's imagination. It is a wonder of discovery. And also in the blog, I share pictures of the 2 makerspaces that I created myself in 2 different schools. And in my media center, it brought kids in. Now, my initial goal is to get them there, and I wanted them to want to be there. I wanted them to see that this place in the school was built for them to read, to learn, to think, to be protected, nourished, loved, a place to celebrate all types of learners. This is the beauty of a makerspace. It takes every subject and brings it to life. Having seen the power of a makerspace in a media center, it can easily be converted into the classroom or even into an area in your home, as in your homeschool classroom. And it should be. With all the educational mandates and expectations, kids still need time to create, wonder, and discover. So now that you know what Makerspace is, let's talk about how it can help you, the teacher, because sometimes we feel like we can't take another thing. We know that there are some good things for kids, but we just can't do it all. That's okay. We can see how great it is for kids, but what makes it different from just another thing that you have to do? So I want to discuss the top 5 benefits of using Makerspace for you, the teacher, because I want to help you move out of drudgery teaching and into teaching that leaves you feeling energized, happy, and aligned with your core values. Let's talk about the 5 benefits of Makerspace for the educator. So benefit number 1. Wait, let me stop for a second, because when we think about your core values, what I mean is I know that teachers didn't go into education to follow a scripted program. I know that you didn't go into education to watch kids crying and struggling on programs. I know that that's not your core value. And sometimes we are asked to do things that go against what we know is right in our heart. And that makes the job really, really hard. So I think it's time for us to remember our why and bring that back up. All right, let's talk about the 5 benefits of Makerspace for the educator. Benefit number 1, Makerspace gives you time. Do you want to be hovered over your computer, hovered over your lesson plans, hovering over your curriculum you have to do, or do you want your kids shining, happy, hugging, excited, and you're smiling and you're feeling like you've got a breath and you've got some time? Now I want you to hear me out. At first, it can appear to be asking you to do one more thing. But once you get your Makerspace up and running, it will give back your time. It will give you time in the morning. No more planning bell work or morning work. No more excessive copies for this time of day. You can use Makerspace as a soft start, either free choice unstructured time or Makerspace story stations. Now, if you showed up at the training live, you got my free Piggy and Elephant Makerspace task cards as a free gift. And if you're not showing up live, and you are listening on the podcast, and yes, you missed out on this, but you can still grab them in my shop on TPT. They're a really reasonable price, and they are so fun. They make a great morning work, morning bell time, soft start kind of part of the day. All right, so You can use Makerspace to cover science, math, and informational text in your uninterrupted reading block time. You can focus on informational text and then do Makerspace or science exploration in your actual science time. You know the one. We actually have science on our schedules, but we have to steal back some of our time during our reading block. Also, Makerspace moments in literature or Makerspace story stations extend comprehension. So that is actual reading work. Also, Makerspace lesson plans are basically the same one with modifications, so they're easy to implement. Lesson plans are all done. All right, so that's the first benefit. Benefit number 2, Makerspace gives you autonomy. Do you want to have to follow a scripted guide? Do you want some autonomy in your classroom? Do you want to use some creativity? When did anyone last ask you what you thought about teaching a specific skill? I'm guessing that hasn't happened in a long time because everything is paced out for you and scheduled for you. I remember the days we actually got to make our own schedules. It feels like 100 years ago, like I must have taught 100 years ago, but I didn't teach 100 years ago. And it's unbelievable how much micromanagement how it just has gotten out of control. Makerspace gives you some of that autonomy back. You get to create an environment that is conducive to learning, I should say. You get to be creative in your teaching. You get to take back your classroom. All right, benefit number 3, Makerspace gives you access to your core values in teaching. So, do you want kids on computers following programs and scripts day after day, or do you want them investigating, exploring, alive, learning that looks like play? This is where I want you to think about what and why you started teaching. Can you find it inside of yourself? Do you even remember? Most of us want to change the world. We want to have an impact. We want to shape the future. We never dreamed of being micromanaged to death. We never dreamed that we would have no choice and no voice. We never dreamed that we would stick kids on computers and sit there and watch them. Makerspace brings back your why. Benefit number 4, Makerspace gives you a moment to breathe. Do you want to feel exhausted and overwhelmed with behavior problem after behavior problem? Or do you want to be smiling and skipping out at the end of the day? It is possible. For real. When kids create, they will leave you alone for a few minutes. It's like a miracle. Do you need to fire off a quick email? Go for it. Need to get materials ready for your next lesson? You got it. Need to sit down and collect yourself? Be my guest. Truly. Benefit number 5, Makerspace gives you happy kids, and happy kids equals a happy teacher. You've got angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, unhappy children, or you've got kids that are engaged, happy, they feel included, their learning style is being met. Those are the choices. I think this is the most essential benefit of Makerspace. You've included all learners, all styles, all personalities. Kids feel included, valued, and like the content is accessible. Happier kids equals happier teachers. So why am I telling you about Makerspace? Well, I created from scratch and implemented 2 Makerspaces in 2 different media centers. I helped transform reluctant readers and learners into readers and thinkers. I tell you this because I want you to imagine what it would feel like if you only said yes to projects that genuinely light you up and inspire and motivate all types of learners in your classroom. And you literally leave behind what you no longer want to do, like scripted curriculum or over testing. Can I get an amen? Believe me, I get it. I left the classroom because I could no longer be a part of things that I felt were hurting kids. I found hope as a special area teacher. So I know who you are. I see you. Because it changes everything when you get to say yes to the things that light you up, like a successful makerspace that will allow you to have the kind of classroom, an incubator for learning to enhance all the great stuff you are already doing. Creating and launching Makerspace is a crucial mindset in your classroom or media center, and it is the single most powerful and strategic way to impact learning while reigniting your teacher spark and falling back in love with teaching. Can you imagine feeling excited to go to work? Can you imagine having a classroom of motivated, engaged, respectful, happy students? That's the goal of this post and this episode. So let's talk about 5 ideas for integrating Makerspace. So idea number 1, Makerspace and STEM. This seems to be the most obvious. And integrating STEM, the most obvious in a Makerspace. And we remember that STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. The next generation science standards really had 2 reasons for integrating these content areas. Their first reason was an aspirational reason. They wanted science and engineering to be addressed as major world challenges. They wanted Makerspace provides the framework for this type of thinking and learning. Their second reason was a practical reason. Engineering and science provide opportunities for students to deepen their understanding of science by applying and developing scientific knowledge to the solution of practical problems. Utilizing engineering, math, and technology empowers students to use what they learn in their everyday lives. The beauty of using Makerspace to teach STEM is that you are saving time by incorporating content areas. I know that seems wild. However, integrating schools of thought allows you to cover more relevant standards in an organized structure like Makerspace, so you have more time to teach more profound concepts. I go into specifics about this idea and all ideas I will share in my course, Mastering Makerspace. So don't let this overwhelm you. I can help you break this down. And that is Mastering Makerspace. And if you're interested, Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. All right, let's look at idea number 2, Makerspace and literature. And this came to life for me when I was the media specialist, and I felt like I needed a justification to administration and even to teachers about what I was doing and how they thought kids are just playing in the media center. And I'm like, kids are in the media center. Kids are there. Kids want to be there. Kids are happy. Kids are behaving. Kids are now wanting to read more books and learn more and research more. And guess what? That happened because of a Makerspace, just FYI. So integrating literature is a wonderful way of kind of backing up or supporting what you're doing with Makerspace. So whether this is a Makerspace story station or a Makerspace moment in literature, incorporating Makerspace into your reading block as a center or a Friday hands-on day is a great way to engage your non-traditional school kids and your ELL students. All right, idea number 3, Makerspace and SEL, or social and emotional learning. Another idea for Makerspace is as a social and emotional learning activity. Now, I've spent the last year focusing on STEM story stations with a focus on SEL in your Makerspace. So you can find my STEM story stations for Makerspace and SEL on TPT. Makerspaces help kids regulate their feelings, encourage talking, build relationships, and work through emotions. Idea number 4, Makerspaces as incentives. Now, I really want to be careful here because Makerspaces are meant to be all inclusive. They're meant to be safe havens for kids who don't love school. So leaving kids out is not the goal. But I do like the idea of having some time at the end of the day to do Makerspace. And it can be very incentivizing to getting all work done. So that's just something I want to keep in mind. Idea number 5, Makerspace as a soft start. We've talked a little bit about this at the beginning. I think this is a great place to incorporate Makerspace. So when kids first come in, they have their routine. They put their backpack away. They get out their 2 pencils. They're ready to go. They pull out a tub of Makerspace materials, and like maybe they pull out some Piggy and Elephant STEM story stations, and they choose one, and they are working on that at their desks, and they're working at it away from their desks or wherever you have them do that. There's no more bell work plans needed. There's no more copies needed. To hear more about soft openings, you can listen to episode 48, How to Avoid Behavior Issues with a Soft Opener. So eye-opening. All right, now let's move on to 5 secrets of Makerspaces for kids. So secret number 1, Makerspace inspires creativity. Our traditional system lacks a creative element, and I know teachers like yourself are loaded with creativity. Teachers are so creative. They are unbelievable. Just scroll Instagram or Pinterest for proof. But children also need to explore creativity. Exploration in a Makerspace supports essential skills such as divergent thinking, decision-making, creativity, problem-solving, self-confidence, adaptability, self-direction, and motivation. This also allows you to be creative and for you to hand over the pressure of having to lead everything. This will enable kids to take a more self-directed approach to their own learning, and it requires much less planning on your part. Secret number 2, Makerspace encourages problem solving and critical thinking. Critical thinking and problem solving happen by accident. I love moments when kids are learning and they don't even realize it. Yes, metacognitive thinking is vital, but sometimes you must hook them, and makerspaces do that. They draw kids in. Kids want to think critically and problem solve. They love being challenged when it feels like play. Now let's stop for a moment and talk about play. I do talk about this inside of Mastering Makerspace. I talk about the critical elements of play. So you can hear more about that as you're working through the course. Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. Play is necessary for child development. Play is how kids work through their feelings and ideas about the world. Since we focus a lot on problem solving and critical thinking, this mindset works very well with covering many subjects in less time. Secret number 3, Makerspace provides hands-on learning experiences, which buys you back time. Kids will actually leave you alone for 5 minutes. You might even be able to get 10 to 15 minutes. It's like a miracle. Secret number 4, Makerspace motivates your most reluctant learners. Motivating children who don't love to learn is one of my favorite reasons classrooms deserve a makerspace. Children have become reluctant learners. Their natural curiosity makes them a lover of learning, yet this love is sometimes stifled in how knowledge is presented and assessed. We are finding more and more kids are avoiding school. The benefit to you is that our most reluctant learners are very often our most significant behavior issues. There are far fewer behavior issues when they feel included, motivated, inspired, and capable. Secret number 5, Makerspace fosters inclusivity and collaboration. When we put kids in teams and we allow them to work through challenges, we provide a natural setting for them to work collaboratively. And this is a life skill that our device-dependent students desperately need to foster. This is where our joy of teaching can really be felt. Watching kids interact and work together feels like we cast a magic spell over the room. It is amazing. Whether it is using Makerspace to teach STEM or Makerspace for early finishers or morning starters, when it comes to finding the joy in teaching, it's not the content that matters most. It is your willingness to believe in your abilities and believe in what you are doing while finding joy and aligning with what you know in your heart to be good and true. It's a mindset, my friends, and you can do this. You are capable. Let's talk about 3 blissful reasons to include Makerspaces for you, the teacher. Blissful reason number 1, Makerspace gives you time. I keep saying this, and I know you're thinking, how is that possible? It feels like an extra thing, but you're covering more with less time. Integrating multiple subjects is a massive time saver. First, Makerspace gives you time to cover more in less time. Makerspace, or blissful reason number 2, Makerspace gives you time to breathe. A time to breathe. When kids are highly engaged and doing, you can actually get other things accomplished. Answering a quick email, pulling a small group, grading some papers at work and not at home, prepping for the next lesson at work. Work at work. Blissful reason number 3, the Makerspace brings you and the kids joy. This is one of my favorite benefits of Makerspace for the teacher, watching kids happy. Plus, happy kids equals fewer behavior issues. That's the beauty of Makers. It benefits teachers and students. Let's talk about Makers for a second. Makers dream big, take risks, explore options, imagine new possibilities, show courage, express creativity, and embrace challenges. So now you can imagine Makerspace's impact on your learning environment. Picture it in your mind. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? And do you feel yourself? How do you feel yourself? I also want you to think about what you could stop doing in your classroom if your Makerspace was successful. Could you stop running around first thing in the morning trying to get the bell workout and ready? Would you stop stressing over covering science? Would you stop agonizing over meeting the needs of your reluctant learners because they would have a place to shine? At this point, I have a question for you. Would you like me to help you implement Makerspace into your classroom, into your media center, or your homeschool routine? Do you see how powerful this mindset can be in your classroom for the students and you as well? It's Makerspace decision time. So as I see it, and as we know what is now possible, it's time to decide. Are you going to keep moving forward as usual without a plan, Googling and searching for how and what to do with Makerspace, alone in your search for making your classroom a place for joy for both you and your students? Or will you move along a proven game plan where I take you step by step through the process of Makerspace or lack of space, to tools and materials, to integrating standards and more with a person who has done this myself and helped others as well? I'm hoping that you choose option 2. This is where I want to work with you on your journey into Makerspace. This is where I officially invite you into mastering Makerspace from zero to amazing. Suppose you are ready to take your teaching from drudgery to explosion and reclaim your love for teaching with a Makerspace. In that case, I would love to officially invite you to go further with me inside Mastering Makerspace from Zero to Amazing. In this course, you will learn how to create a meaningful Makerspace with standards-based activities that foster collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking without breaking the bank or losing your sanity. My framework is made up of 3 big plays. We've got the Magic Maker, play number 1, which is also known as module number 1, or module number 2, also known as big play number 2, the fundamentals. And big play number 3, explore the possibilities. Now, Mastering Makerspace contains an easy to digest framework set up into 3 big plays, again, otherwise known as 3 learning modules. Let me tell you a little bit about the Magic Maker. The Magic Maker is where you will get all the pedagogy and research behind this mindset and help you find your teaching, why, and hold on to it. This is also your evidence to any administrator. I also will provide you with a professional development PDP goal, SMART goal, so you've got just what you need at your fingertips. Play number 2, the fundamentals. You will get, this is where you'll get the tools and materials, and in this framework and so much more, all the things that you need to get it going. And finally, play number 3, exploring the possibilities. This is where I will help you integrate standards, how this will move seamlessly into what you already are doing, and more. So let's break this down. In big play number 1, module 1, you'll learn the importance of Makerspace. You'll learn all about the maker movement and the value of children's play. You'll learn about how every child is a maker. You will learn the 7 essential components of an incredible Makerspace. And to wrap up big play 1, the Magic Maker, you will determine your why. Big play number 2, the fundamentals. Next up in big play number 2, the fundamentals, you will learn what to do with your space or lack thereof. You'll learn all about how to get the materials and tools donated to you. You'll learn all about procedures and how to set them up. You'll learn how to master the clock with sample schedules. And a final drill in big play number 2 of the fundamentals is show me the money. I'll teach you how to get your Makerspace funded and well stocked without breaking the bank. Now, moving on to big play number 3, explore the possibilities. You will learn about Makerspace moments in literature. You will also learn how to give structured time and unstructured time based on your objective and specific class needs. And finally, you will learn about constructive constraint and productive struggle and assessment in big play number 3. Now, this complete program is made up of these 3 big plays, and it's valued at $227. But before I share my special pricing for teachers, because remember, I am a teacher, I was a teacher, I understand, I want to remind you of what is included. So in the Mastering Makerspace program, you've got all 3 of the big plays. You've got the complete Mastering Makerspace playbook. You've got videos, guides, classroom posters, labels, jobs, swipe files, and templates. It is all complete, but that's not all. There's more. You've got bonuses. So now you'll not only receive the 3 big plays with videos, guides, swipe files, and Mastering Makerspace playbook, your step-by-step guide to launching your own Makerspace, but you've got 3 bonuses. You get a private Mastering Makerspace Facebook group where you can ask questions, interact, and collaborate with fellow educators. Plus, you get social and emotional learning with Makerspace, a mini session on using Makerspace for social and emotional learning. Plus, you'll get my Makerspace Getting Started bundle, which includes labels and signage and posters and jobs and Makerspace exit tickets and more. All of these bonuses are included in the complete Mastering Makerspace course, which brings this course value to over $300. But because I am a teacher myself and I deeply believe in teachers, I have slashed the price to only $49. Join me inside of Mastering Makerspace today for under $50. Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. You also have two options with pricing, so you can choose which works better for you. In both the basics and the all-inclusive bundle, you get video training with 3 modules broken down into 19 short video lessons to teach you all you need to know about implementing a meaningful makerspace without the overwhelm or time commitment. You get supporting documents such as guides, checklists, material lists, letters to parents and businesses, a workbook to help you move through the lessons with ease and efficiency. You get the Mastering Makerspace playbook, step-by-step procedures and ideas to implement to ensure success for you and your students. You get 3 bonus live trainings. You get 3 live Q&A sessions to support and coach you on your journey through the implementation of Makerspace. You get Makerspace STEM challenges that you can use the next day with your students. And you also get a Makerspace moment in literature, which is a bonus that you can use immediately with your learners. And you get lifetime access. Now that's included in both the basics and the all-inclusive program. Now with the all-inclusive option, you get a little bit more hand-holding and support. You get community building Makerspace story stations. You get Makerspace holiday story stations, including Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You get end of the year Makerspace challenge cards. And you also get 4 comprehensive STEM units covering all of the second grade NGSS standards that can be adapted for other grade levels and will take you through an entire year of STEM. And that all-inclusive price is $73. So you have 2 choices to make this work for you. You've got Mastering Makerspace option 1, the basics, for $49, or you've got Mastering Makerspace all-inclusive at $73. If you are ready to join Mastering Makerspace, this 4-week step-by-step game plan where you will learn to create meaningful makerspace with standards-based activities that foster critical thinking, collaboration, community, and creativity without breaking the bank or losing your sanity, then hop on over to Mastering Makerspace from zero to amazing. You can just click the sign up button. I'm in if you're in the blog post, or you can hop on over to Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. Before you head over, I want you to think about your current feelings. Do you feel stuck in a system that isn't reaching all types of learners? Do you feel tired and want desperately to take thinking to the next level without the insanity of lesson planning? Or is it because you want more for your students and yourself as their teacher? And maybe you are having some serious doubts. You may be worried that you won't have enough time to get this off the ground, or that you don't have enough time in your day. First, you have access to this course for the lifetime of the course, which means you can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. Also, inside Mastering Makerspace, I show you schedule examples of where and how to fit this into your day, whether you are a classroom teacher or a special area teacher. You may also worry about how you will pay for all the tools and materials. I've got you covered. I give you many suggestions and offer you a letter that can be used with local businesses and with parents. You can literally take my words and copy and paste them. It's called a swipe file, which means you just swipe the words and use it for yourself. I've given you permission. And finally, maybe you are worried that you will get overwhelmed. That, my friend, is why I set this course in small, manageable increments, and I encourage you to go at your own pace. Plus, use the Facebook group to ask questions, collaborate, and troubleshoot with like-minded people. Don't worry, I've got you covered. So let's take a sneak peek inside Mastering Makerspace. After you've headed over to the sales page, Mastering Makerspace from Zero to Amazing, and you can get there by going to Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes, and then it just is a button to click over to the sales page. it will look like you will see Mastering Makerspace from Zero to Amazing. Yes, I'm ready to teach outside the box, and you can click. You can scroll to see your options, whether you want the basic or the all-inclusive plan. It will show you exactly what's included. You will choose your payment plan, which one you would like to choose. You will create an account before you purchase it. So that's an easy thing to do. That way you'll have the information and password, and you'll have instant access to the course. Then you fill in your payment details, simple, and you will receive a confirmation page and an instant access to Mastering Makerspace. This is where you will log in and start your adventure. Head to the first area that says Kickoff, and here is where some of my students have said about Mastering Makerspace. This is from esteemed teacher Stacy. She says, "Dear Trina, you are my inspiration and Makerspace mentor." So sweet, Stacy. And then Denise, an educator, said, "I'm looking forward to creating a Makerspace and sharing it with my students. Your training, support, and encouragement have helped me envision what I want in a Makerspace and how to make it happen." So if you're ready, Trina Deboree, teachingandlearning.com/yes. Are you ready to join me? I'll see you inside Mastering Makerspace. So my friend, hopefully you got some value from this training. Hopefully you're excited about taking your drudgery teaching to the next level of explosion with Makerspace, and you would like to join me inside Mastering Makerspace. This course will be open just for a few more days. So make your decision, make up your mind, decide what you want to do, and you will be ready to join me. Until next time, sweet dreams and sleep tight.